purpose that the man debases himself. And therefore, he calls upon human beings to look after his creation, do acts of nobleness, acts of charity, to glorify him through this noble creation of his, which has divinity in him, the divineness. So, the spiritual contract has 2 points. One is accepting him as the divine creator, the absolute creator, and then accepting the responsibility and obligation of doing service to mankind. This is a message of all religions. If anybody has a superior message than the one I will bow my head before him. These are the 2 points. That is man in relation to Allah, his creator, the Lord, the Jehovah, or whatever you may like to call him, in any religion, this is what he has done it. So these religions that you find, they are not in contradictions, they are the crown of the seal. In kindness to humankind, which Allah, the Creator, the Lord, Jehovah has given to you. This is what it is. Therefore, there is no conflict in religion. Therefore, he also exhorts Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam on many points, but at certain which I might read out to you, to give how stern his message, even to the dearest of his prophets, as we understand Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And this is with reference the way people pray, the different people, how they pray, and I will be just reading out to you. If you get bored, I will stop here. I honestly, because I found at certain moments that the span of attention was getting broken, and I whispered to my friend Alai Surosa, so if you get bored, I will stop here because I will convey the message that the religions all reach love of mankind, therefore there is tolerance, but if you want circumstances, which are not many, no Quran is full of it, but I am not very learned scholar on this eternal wisdom that has been revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and through him has reached to us. It is full of it. وَلَا تَتْرُكُ الَّذِينَ يَدْعُونَ رَبَّهُمْ بِالْغَدَاةِ وَالْعَشِيِّ يُرِيدُونَ وَجْهَهُ مَا عَلَيْكَ مِنْ حِسَابٍ مِنْ شَيْءٍ وَمَا مِنْ حِسَابِكَ عَلَيْكَ مِنْ شَيْءٍ فَتَطْرُدْهُمْ فَتَكُونَ مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. I will read the translation and give also the interpretation of it. Send out the way those who call on their Lord morning and evening, seeking his face. Yuriduna wajhahu, because it is the belief of believers that they have to meet their Lord. Yuriduna wajhahu. In nothing, in no way are thou accountable for them, and in no way are they accountable for thee. That you should turn them away and thus be one of the unjust. It's a very serious thing that you must understand. Do not push away people who are making supplication day and day out, down and letters in their own manner, expecting to be having another or being face to face with their Creator. I have not given you the authority to hold them accountable for whatever they do. Nor have I given them authority over you to be your assessor. And the last one is very important. And if you push them away, you will become one of the Zalimin. You understand what Zalim means, unjust. So This is what is the tolerance in religion. I'm not saying it is Islam and religion. All religions. The practitioners of religion and more so the professors of religion, they have to be really mindful of the pain their practice has caused to some of the dear speakers who came here and spoke out their mind with the pain is no doubt of ayat, the Quran, the signs of the Quran, and I might say وما كان لنفس أن تؤمن إلا بإذن الله ويجعل الرجس على الذين لا يعلمون. One is, no soul can believe except by the will of Allah, and He will place doubt or obscurity on those who do not understand. Understanding and insistence on understanding, pondering, meditating, cogitation are the message of the Quran. And therefore, he says, mankind was but one nation, but differed later. Had it not been for a word from me that went forth, their differences would have been settled between them. The variety of differences that you see, it is a plague, because you as human beings who have been given will and intention on the basis of which if you believe, you are surely to be held accountable. It is because of the exercise of your options, the will that you are held accountable. And therefore he says, this is again, it is under my plan, and do not be thinking.
We cannot understand his own methods. We should, wherever we are born, whatever faith we are born, we should respect that faith and simultaneously respect the other faith, considering that he has created those faiths. We read that speech given by Dr. Qureshi and written by G.M. Sayyid Saab. I recollect as a young boy who was always keen to attend the Sindh Assembly. I was 10 plus minus, and I used to find my uncle, Allah Sumro, the leader of the house, and G.M. Sayyid as the leader of the opposition, go for each other like cats and dogs. And when they came out, they would be talking to each other, holding each other's hand. So being intrigued, one day I picked up the courage and asked my uncle. I said, Chacha, andar badhota bharat ho tamne agal chahe. He said, Baba, our fight is only within those houses. He has done nothing to hurt me, I have done nothing to hurt him. I wish we can go back to the same system in the politics. Then alone, the politics can serve this country. One of the speakers very rightly said that here we have 90% of Muslims. How do you expect the other religions to be respected by them when they think they are the right ones? I think one of the reasons, according to me, is that we have not developed lower middle class society, which in Sindh, I'm talking of Sindh because I've lived in Sindh all my life. In Sindh, the lower middle class society was Hindus. Why? Because Sindhi Muslim was either a Pir or a Vadera or a Hari. Wherever schools were, it was always the Hindus that used to go and get educated, whether they became teachers, lawyers, doctors, or whatever profession they wanted. Now, fortunately, that middle class society, after creation of Pakistan, after 50 years, it is coming up. Why is it coming up? Probably the conditions. My driver does not tell me, as he used to, now my driver comes to me, or my cook comes to me, I have 2 graduates as my sons, please get them a job. Now, these are the realities that we have to face. Bibi Mehta mentioned that she sees one generation of the youngster, second generation is that she belongs to. She did not mention the third generation to which Babaji Abdushakur ran away and myself belong to. We have seen Karachi where the roads were washed once a week. I've seen it in my own life. Roads were washed once a week, and whoever was the occupant, if the authorities found any kachra outside his house, they would serve him a notice. Not those days. One of the speakers also mentioned that we have got Karachi which has received no attention in developing plans. Please believe me, there were plans to develop Karachi, except they have not been respected and adhered to. There were orders in Karachi, there were areas defined, you have ground plus 1. There were areas defined saying you have ground plus 3. Nothing was more than ground plus 3. Because you envisage lifts and whatnot. Now you find multi-story buildings next to house which is ground plus 1. So we have no respect for law. We are undisciplined nation. We have introduced discipline more than tolerance and anything. Introduced discipline, and discipline itself bring intolerance. I already have inherited tired audience. I don't want to tire you more. Thank you for listening to me, and God bless you.
We will now convene for a lunch break and then resume the second session.